Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. So today I'm going to break down my actual real November numbers for you, November 2020 to be exact, and let you know how everything went. When I first had the idea for this video, I wanted to talk about like Black Friday and Cyber Monday and how awesome they were. I literally made that note. Guess what? They were just okay. That's what happens when you're like, I'm gonna say how awesome it is. It's just okay. So I am back here in Sand Hollow, Utah. This is actually kind of fun because this is the first place I ever went sourcing way back in 2017. I went into St. George, Utah, and I went sourcing and I scanned and I scanned and I scanned and I didn't find anything. So that's why I'm always like, you gotta keep scanning when you're a first timer because it does take a little bit. But anyway, so it's a special place to me. I've also been back here 4 times because I just love it. And if you could see how beautiful it is. But the sun is super bright. So we went to Zion and that was awesome. So here's a photo of that. Anyways, so if you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk and I have been selling on Amazon for 3.5 years now. This was my 4th Q4, or is, because we're still in it. And this has been my best month ever in all the years selling. So just a friendly reminder that I do this part-time hours, but it earns a full-time income. But I also have other things going on in my life. So I've only ever actually wanted to do it part-time because when you're in beautiful places like this, you don't really want to be working full-time. And if you can make a full-time income, why would you not work part-time? So these numbers that you're going to see are technically, I went shopping 3 days in November, and if you want to add on the last 2 weeks of October, because I'm sure stuff sold there. So we're talking 5 days that I sourced this inventory. On November 5th, I was sourcing in Springfield, Missouri. On November 10th, I was sourcing in Oklahoma City, which I did do a video about, and you can check it out if you want to. And then on November 17th, I was sourcing in Flagstaff, Arizona. So it does sometimes give you an advantage to travel around because then you can hunt down that thing. But at the end of the day, if you want to drive 4 or 5 hours to a new state or a new place or new city, you definitely can. So being able to travel is an advantage, but it's not one that you can't use if you actually live in a house and don't travel full time. You can still travel for your Amazon business. So the 2 dates that I sourced in Indiana were in October 22nd and October 27th. So altogether, we're talking 5 sourcing days, okay? Part-time, that's over 5 weeks, 1 day a week. I go sourcing 1 day and then I pack it all up in another day. And then I send it out and that's my whole week, 3 days. The stores I source at are not anything special. They are TJ Maxx, Target, Walmart, Marshalls, Home Goods, Ollie's, Tuesday Morning, and Ross. Those are pretty much nationwide. I think Ollie's is more regional, but if you used to have a Toys R Us in your area, check it out because it might be an Ollie's now. So again, this is all to show you that this is part-time hours and totally possible for you. There's nothing super special about it. You just have to put in the work and start. All right, so let's break it down. So what you're seeing here is actually seller board, where if you want to try it for 2 months free, no credit card required, go ahead and click the link below. But it's showing you my November numbers all pulled. I've got all my costs of goods in there. It pulls the Amazon fees, the shipping fees, all of that, and so I can get my full number. All right, so right here you can see that my total sales for the month was $20,956. You guys, I've never done $20,000 in a month before. This was super exciting. I've done $15,000 months. That's always super exciting, but 20 I've never done. And so I was super excited to hit that number. That was a crazy milestone. Personally, it took me 3.5 years, but it doesn't have to. If you want to do it full time, as you'll see as I break this down, it's totally possible to do more. But for me, that was super exciting and I'm so proud of it. Altogether, unit wise, I sold 794 units. The cost of shipping, everything. So again, this is just for November. So the 3 shipments I sent in November only cost me $186 to ship it in. Refund costs, things happen, people refund, $300. Amazon fees, $6,700. Cost of goods, so I spent $7,850 on my cost of goods for the whole month of November. Things that sold. Obviously, if I bought more stuff and it didn't sold, that would be into it, but this is just going off of things that have actually sold. That is my total cost of goods of what's sold, and my gross profit after everything, because I don't track expenses in seller board, but apparently you can. I don't. $5,896 of profit. Now, a lot of people get confused about the profit aspect when I do my videos and I'm saying, okay, I made $2,000 profit this week. What it is yes, I spent $2,000 on the actual product that I bought. So in this example, I spent $7,850 on the actual product, but the profit is after that. So I made that money back. I made the money to cover the Amazon fees, the shipping, all of that. I made that back and I profited extra money. My income this month was $5,896. I will say that I bought some shipping supplies. I had to get some more poly bags. It's like $100 maybe. It's really nothing in the grand scheme of things. So this is the profit I made this month. And then the last thing I'll just point out here is the margin, 28%, and then the ROI was 75%. So in general, my ROI has been around 60 to 70, so this was a higher one. But my profit margin has been 25 to 30%. So that is a good 28, that's perfect, that's like normal. So if you wanted to have an idea of what I'm doing every month, 28% margin in November, it's anywhere from 25 to 30%, so that's just a buffer or like a number to go off of for you. I also this November had one of my best selling days ever. I mean, not ever, but it was pretty exciting that I did, what does it end up being? November 17th, I did $1,634. I sold 61 items. You can see here the cost of goods, $569. Net profit on just that one day was $587. So that's pretty awesome. And my margin, of course, was higher and the ROI was 100%. So that's really great. Again, what I'm using is Seller Board. So if you're interested, you can grab the link below and try it out for free. But I really love it because it's super easy to see my profit and my numbers, which I just started using it maybe like 8 months ago, and so I really love it. Actually, as you'll see here in a second, it pulls in everything from the whole time I've been selling, so I can filter through to different months. Unfortunately, because I haven't put the cost of goods in for those months, you won't see like actual profit. It'll say I made a bunch of money, but I didn't really because I paid for the stuff that I sold. But it's just really fun to see it all like this, so if you want to check it out, definitely give it a try. So here's why I think this year I did better than ever before. One, it was my 4th Q4 and I definitely learned from past Q4s. There are some items and brands that I know sell now. Like even last year, even though it was the 3rd year I'd sold them, I still would try like 4 to 6 of an item just to see because I was still nervous. I'm a little bit of a risk-averse buyer, so I don't necessarily take the big risks that everyone else does because I don't want to lose a lot of money taking risks. So this year I was like, you know what? I know this thing sells, this brand sells all the time. I bought all of it. I literally have 16 of an item right now in there, and that is so crazy because that's not something I would normally do. This time, I literally bought everything I could. I was like, I'm gonna jam pack, shove my inventory full of stuff, and it paid off. I gotta be honest, so early in the month, I had a really great month. It took off, it was doing so well. You can see here, I was having really great days the whole time. And then I had this crazy day on the 17th, another really good one on the 19th, and then it started to like trickle down. It was still really good. And then this is the week of Thanksgiving. So normally the week of Thanksgiving, it will slow down because people know that Black Friday sales are coming and they just kind of slow down their shopping. They're planning for Thanksgiving, all that kind of stuff. So it was normal for it to be slow. I gotta say, I thought I would do more than like $300, $400. So then we come to Thanksgiving, still $300. Black Friday, you guys, I did $500. I really thought it was going to be more than the 17th. So I was a little shocked, a little sad, but you know, I still got stuff and it'll sell. It did start to pick up. You see here I did almost $1,000 on Saturday. Then we've got Sunday, $800. And then Monday, almost $1,000, $971. So it did start to pick back up at the end of the month, but I mean, like I said, I was like, oh, I'm going to tell you how awesome Black Friday was. But that's what happens when you plan, right? It doesn't happen. So anyways, overall the month was amazing. I hit my goal. I just wanted to hit 20,000, and then on the last day of the month I overdid it by another $1,000. So I was really excited just to hit that goal and that milestone. The interesting thing about Seller Board is that it will actually forecast for you like what you're gonna do. So right now it's forecasting that I'll do $25,000 in December, and that's exciting. And it's using the inventory I already have. I could go sourcing and add more and it could be like $30,000. So it's really just exciting because I don't know if I mentioned this, but they forecasted that I would do 20,000 in November. But you know, I'm new to the platform. I didn't know if that was going to be real. And turns out it was almost spot on that I got exactly that. So that was exciting. And I can't wait to see what happens in December. So I often, as my YouTube channel grows, get the ever so slightly negative feedback. So I just want to point out that I have not stopped selling any different than I have before I started making videos about it, you guys. I'm still selling. I'm sourcing 1 day a week. I'm selling just like I have. So these are my real excited numbers that are happening from a real person. I am not just doing it for YouTube. I'm just trying to tell you like what's possible and what's out there. These are my part-time numbers because I only do it part-time. There is no stopping you from doing full-time. If I source 2 days a week, 3 days a week, who knows what the potential could be. That's just not something I want for me. But if you want to do this full time, or you have a partner you want to do it with, there's so much potential out there, and I hope this video just helps you see all the potential that you could possibly do. Yes, now I have my ungating guides and the Bolo group, but a year ago I didn't. So I'm going to show you my November numbers from 2018, which is when I started. I consider it like my first Q4 because I had been selling a year by that point. So in November of 2017, I had been selling for like 2 or 3 months. By December of 2017, I was actually pulling out profits and paying myself from the profits every month, and I have been ever since. So December of 2018 is really like okay, this was my first Q4. Like, I had been selling for a year, I knew what I was doing, this is it. So if you're using Seller Board, you can just go back and click which one you want to see. Oh no, wait, we're gonna say November. Apples to apples, right? I'm gonna click here for all periods. You can see here I did $11,474, 615 items. So overall, it's not that much different. I think I did like, what, 150 more items this year. But this was, obviously don't look at the profit like I said, because I haven't put in my cost of goods for all this. This is just to show you the sales number that was possible. That was my first like official Q4, because I did do the last Q4, but I was super new and didn't really know what I was doing. So you can see here my sales numbers. I had $1,000 days, let's see, $800 days. And these were the Black Friday, so this is why I thought I would do better this year, but clearly that wasn't the case. It could have been my inventory, who really knows. At the end of the day though, I did a great month, so I'm happy about it. But I just want to show you, like, you don't have to take 3 years. Yeah, I got my $20,000 goal 3 years later, but this is what I was doing a year in. So anything is possible, and definitely don't think that you can't do it or it's going to take a lot of time. It does take time to really understand it and know what you're doing, but if you never put in the time and the effort, you won't ever get there. So definitely just start, keep going, don't give up. The people who give up are obviously the ones who aren't gonna make it work. There's a lot of people out there who are like, it doesn't work, I couldn't do it. A lot of people like me are out there doing it. So if you are interested in selling, definitely start. It is worth it. It is an amazing way to make a living and enjoy some freedoms in your life if you want to. If you have a full-time job, this is definitely something you can do part-time. So this video was really just a recap to show you my real numbers, that I am a real seller. I'm really doing this. Yes, I have my ungating guides now and I have the Bolo group, but the ungating guides only started last year, and honestly, they didn't start taking off until my YouTube channel started to, which was just a couple months ago. So this is still, I don't source any different. I still sell exactly the same. I just am now helping new sellers, which is so much fun for me. I love to be able to help the new sellers. And then I did the Bolo group. That started just for new sellers. If you're not sure what Bolo is, it's Be On The Lookout, and it's a group of sellers who are sharing profitable leads to be on the lookout for. So again, that started literally just trying to help new sellers. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I hope to see you in one of the groups. And if not, I will see you right back here for another Amazon selling video.